A few episodes back, Bo mentioned about how he doesn't do budgeting anymore, but cash management. Mm-hmm. How does that technically work? Just know how much left to spend each month? What do you think?
No.
I'm not going to say that's entirely wrong, because the way that the question was phrased was interesting. Know how much is left to spend each month is kind of similar to what a cash management plan is. So let me take you on my journey, if that's okay. When I first started out in my career,
there's no free lunches though. Keep going.
I tracked every single penny. I mean, like every time I would go, I would save a receipt, I would throw it in my wallet, I'd get home, I'd put it on an Excel spreadsheet, and I tracked every penny. And I did this for like years and years and years at the beginning of my career, because I wanted to command my army of dollar bills. I wanted to know, okay, how much am I spending eating out? How much is the gym membership? How much is the grocery bill? How much is the fill in the blank? So that I can make sure, okay, I'm going through the fill, okay, I'm maxing out my Roth, okay, I'm participating in my 401k, okay, I'm doing my HSA. And I did that for a while. But then life continued to expand, and I got married, and all of a sudden when that happened, the number and quantity of transactions just changed a lot, right? And so I had to figure out, man, it's really difficult for me to really track this. And even then I moved to a software I was using at the time. I was using Mint.com, just their app, had everything linked up, and I would code every single transaction. I knew where every single penny went on every single transaction. And what I began recognizing is that I was beginning to spend a lot of time coding and recoding and moving stuff around and altering it. I said, man, I have now lost sight of the purpose of what this exercise is. I've grown to the place where, hey, I know that I'm already saving my 25% plus. I'm already putting my money to work. Maybe I'm at the stage right now where it doesn't matter what I'm spending at the grocery store. It doesn't matter how much I'm spending on entertainment. It doesn't matter what I'm doing in these different places, because I know that I have all of my money going to the exact spot that it's supposed to be going to automatically every single month.
There it is.
So that whatever I'm spending in whatever categories anywhere else doesn't really come into play. So my wife and I, when we sit down and talk about our goals and what we're doing, we'll talk about our cash management. Hey, babe, hey, this is what we want to give this year or this month or this quarter or this whatever. This is what we want to save, and these are the accounts we're going to fund. And then everything else is kind of what Stovila said, fair game for spending. That's the way that we track it, and that's the way we do it in the Hansen household.
Here, I'm going to make this concise. You don't get to skip leg day.
Budget. I like
nobody likes doing budgets, but I think any financial mutant that you talk to is going to tell you at the beginning of the journey, there has to be a disciplined period of your life where you're actually watching where the dollars come in, where the dollars go, so you kind of really take control of what's going on in your financial life. That's why it's leg day. You have to do the work that no one wants to do, but you're trying to get somewhere that not many people are actually at. But here's the good news, and this is the graduation point. So especially when you're trying to bring along loved ones and other people who maybe are not wired as financially as you are, is that we're talking about here creating a cash management, or what I like to call forced scarcity, is that your savings habits and what's going on with your money, instead of it being an afterthought, it's going to be an automated. We're going to make this inevitable, meaning there's no way you're not going to be successful, is because every dollar already on the front end is going to kind of be allocated exactly where it needs to be. So once that automated, all the things that we put into the financial order of operations, your savings rate, your bill pay, and all those things are kind of just automatically happening, then yes, you don't have to do the budget anymore because you're driving your loved ones crazy and everything else. But that doesn't mean that you got to go from no budget to forced scarcity and automated wealth building. No, you at some point to get to the forced scarcity and the automated wealth building, you had to track the dollars in, the dollars out. That's the budget. So don't skip that step. It's just that there is a graduation point for the sake of your marriage, loved ones, and everything else, that you can develop the muscle memory so it doesn't have to feel as strenuous and you don't have all the pains that you have. Just like when you work out, you know how, especially when you do legs, that's why leg day works. If you do this and you've never done leg exercises, you might not be able to walk 2 days later. I mean, literally, especially calf races and other things, you might be like, why did I torture myself? But if you keep doing the good behaviors, all of a sudden when you're just flexing the muscle or doing the muscle memory behavior, it doesn't even feel like work because you've already created this as part of your lifestyle.
That's great.